Welcome to the Juice Radio Talk Show. 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 Reality TV, church reviews. Let's talk happy love and marriage lifestyle. Come and talk with us. Come and share with us. Come and laugh with us. Come on and pray with us.
Regina and Clovis, special guests. You should be following your lead. Bless. Subscribe on YouTube. Listen on podcasts. We live on IG and Facebook. This episode is sponsored by Truth and Triumph Ministries.
All right. Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? It is time for the Juice Radio Talk Show. It's time to have this chit chat. Y'all, it is reality night. It's time to have the conversation. Y'all come on in the room. Come on in the room. Hey, everybody. Listen, I'm kind of really super glad to have this conversation right now because I went through a day today. And let me tell you, I was so glad that I listened to my own motivational tip this morning. If any of you missed that motivational tip, it's on our YouTube. Go over there and check it out. Listen, I needed to talk to myself this morning and throughout this day, y'all. So I needed that. But so glad y'all are here joining us this evening. Let's have some fun. For those of you who had a stressful day, listen, come on in here. Let's have a chit chat. Let's just unwind, have some fun. Y'all may need to grab a glass of wine or something. Or grab, look at me, Jonathan. Help me, Lord. Grab your juice. Grab whatever's in your cup is in your cup. Ain't no judgment here. No judgment zone.
Right.
So whatever is in your cup, child, is in your cup. Hey, over here on Beagle, how y'all doing? Hello over here on Instagram. Listen, Jonathan, how are you doing this evening? You in light of the Leo.
I am doing well. And there's nothing better than encouraging yourself. Donald Lawrence has a perfect song for that. And sometimes that's what we have to do. Sometimes I will do my own self-check. Are you okay, Jonathan? Oh. Yes, I'm okay, Jonathan. Sometimes we have to do that just to be sure that we're in a good space. So go ahead and encourage yourself all you need to, girl.
I needed it, child. I needed it today, y'all. And can y'all hear me okay? I rearranged some microphones in here. Okay, good, perfect.
It's really good.
I wanted that mic out the way so I can move my hands and laugh and all that kind of stuff. Listen, Aaron is working, y'all. Light of the Leo, how you doing before I tell you how hard Aaron is working? How you doing, Light of the Leo?
First of all, I think I have an idea because, we be having them talks too. P.S. I don't know. Today, Monday, I'm just unfortunately sleepy. I had to take Tyrone to the airport stupid early in the morning. Yeah, I'm trying to recover for that. I think I'm going to go at a real elderly time frame to go to bed. But then not everybody goes to bed early. But anywho, I'm trying to make it in there before 12. We're going to do it.
All right. She said that elderly time, child. The elderly time is like 4 in the afternoon.
She's like, I know, I missed that already.
Listen, you hanging with the real seniors. You go over here after 8 o'clock, girl. You still hanging. Well, listen, Erin is working hard. She's already over here on Instagram saying hello and greeting the people over here on Instagram. And you guys, she's over here too on YouTube, Facebook, all these other channels that we have over here. Y'all say hello to our super moderator, Erin. Hey, Erin.
Hey, Erin.
Listen, Erin was working before I got in here. Erin was in here at 6:24 p.m. today. She was like, I am getting to work early.
That's right. Locking in, honey.
She got to work early. Let me tell y'all, when there are some people that come into your life and you like, listen, I'm going to bless you. Erin, listen, we got something for you, Erin. We got something for you. Erin, greatest moderator ever. How you doing? She put all this stuff in there. Look, she letting y'all know. Thank you, everyone, for coming. As you come in, please hit the like, subscribe, and share button. Erin was working, y'all. Look at this. Erin ain't playing. She said, also, join our brother sister channels. Child, look at Erin. Look at all the work she's doing. Telling y'all about JoJo Speaks. Y'all go subscribe today to JoJo Speaks. Yeah. Erin is not playing. She said, subscribe, child. Subscribe. Subscribe to JoJo Speaks. Then she dropped on down here and she had this to say. Look at this. Look at this. She said, y'all also go over to Light of the Leo channel. Child,
Yes.
she ain't leaving nobody else. She's like, y'all go over there. Light of the Leo's channel. Listen, Erin is not playing no games over here in these chats. And listen, she still got love to give. She said this, Pastor Lorenzo's channel. Y'all go over there
Absolutely.
too. Go to Pastor Lorenzo's channel. She is not playing out here in these social media platforms. So y'all go to him. And she's not leaving anybody else. She is still continuing this by saying this. Y'all don't forget Faithful Warrior Ministries, the 10-ish.
That's right.
10-ish.
10-ish in there, girl. That's how you know she real.
Erin is like the 10-ish. Y'all go over there because Erin is like, listen, I can't leave none of our sister channels out. And she's continuing her work, y'all. She said this. Also, did you know the Juice Radio and Talk Show has its own community? Come join. And she dropped the link. When I tell y'all ErinIsTheBomb.com.
Yes, 2 snaps for Erin. Yes.
Hey, get them 2 snaps. I love it. And guess who else is wonderful? Tammy. Hey, Tammy. Hey, girl. Hey. Now, see, Tammy, we was conversating and your name came up today. But, you know, I told Jonathan I'm going to be nice because he sent me a text and had the nerve to say Tammy. You know, no, he didn't say Tammy. He said boo, but it was to me. But I know he was trying to really say it to you.
Right. But can we discuss who brought up Tammy's name, though? Like, can we get into that?
We can do that. We can do that on here. We can do that. Because we love Tammy.
Right,
and
we love her.
I can't talk to Jonathan without mentioning Tammy. I was like, now you know Tammy is not going to be appreciative of this.
Right. It's bad enough you got my phone number, girl. Okay.
Oh. And then I was like, Lord, please let me not, because Tammy will probably fly over here to Georgia and just tear my little tail up. And I want that to happen. But Tammy's here. How you doing, Tammy? So glad you're here. Look who else is here. Joseph. Hey, Joseph. Joseph said, good evening from Dallas. Dallas, all right.
Okay.
Now. And then he's on my way to Florida. Well,
Okay.
we'll chit-chat. Okay, we'll chit-chat you then. Listen, he going from Dallas. He taking the Juice Radio and Talk Show from Dallas. He letting them know about us in Dallas. Then he going to fly over there to Florida within the same hour and say, hey, over there in Florida, y'all know about the Juice Radio and Talk Show? Come on now. Spread it, Joseph. I love it. And of course, y'all know how y'all do in the chat. Y'all give the greetings, and I love the greetings. I love it. I love it. Look at my girl over here. Look who else is wonderful today. Greta.
Hey, Greta.
Hey, girl. Hey. That's my girl right there, Greta. Greta, how you doing? I know you doing good, girl. I know you are doing good. And I love it that we are chit-chatting and loving. Look at Erin's cute picture right there. Look, Erin is so good. She coming off of 2 channels.
I love that. Yes.
Erin ain't playing with y'all. She is not here to play. Listen, Erin, I love you. Thank you so much. And say hello to your brother as well, Erin. Thank him also for the work he's doing as well.
Mm-hmm.
Greta is, of course, going to greet you also. Look who's here, y'all. Look, another person who's doing wonderful this evening.
Hey, Fifi.
Fifi. What up, Fifi? I love saying Fifi's name.
I do too.
Hey,
I do
nice
too.
cute
It's
new
so
picture.
fun.
I see you, sis.
I know, right? You see
did.
Jennifer? Look at Fifi.
Okay, serving my Dell. Okay.
Wow. Fifi got to look like don't come to play. Just look and adore all this. I love the picture, Fifi. Thank you so much for being here. Y'all, guess who else is in the chat and doing well? Hey, Michelle Cantu. Hey, Michelle.
Welcome.
I know, right? She said we all need some errands in our lives. I
That's
know.
right.
Very hard to come by, but she's over here at the Juice Radio and Talk Show. We'll share her on our off days, but not on our on days.
And there's way too many on days.
Ooh, listen, because we're trying to grow. We're trying to grow. We got big dreams and big visions and big goals over here at the Juice Radio and Talk Show.
That's
But
right.
hey, Michelle Cantu, how you doing? Look at her cute picture too. I love the headband. That is cute.
Yes, the bangs are banging. Okay.
The bangs are banging. Yes.
Yes.
Very cute. Very cute. And you're going to get greeted by the mod. Hey, look who's here. You know she's doing good. Robin Moore is here.
Hey, Robin.
Hey, child, Robin always doing good. She is one of the most educated and well
Well spoken.
spoken. That's the word. Let's see.
Intellectual.
Ooh,
All the above.
Ooh, check, 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 and check.
Okay, check. Okay.
Robin is that. Love it. How you doing, Robin? So glad that you're here this evening. And listen, y'all, I love it. Y'all keep on saying hello to everybody in the chats. Y'all keep on greeting each other. We're going to get ready to get into this conversation. Y'all, there's a lot to talk about, a lot. I don't even know where to start. We've got 3 topics here, and I'm going to try and be like JoJo. I have asked JoJo to help me.
Hey, you see Miss Bernice is here?
Who's here? Did I miss somebody? Hold on.
Miss Bernice.
Hold on. Let's see. Okay, Michelle said Aaron is about to blow up. I'm talking television. Yeah, she's gonna blow up right with us.
Yes, she
Right.
is.
Come on now. Speak that, A Michelle. Can too. Speak that. Oh, come on, Aaron. We taking you with us. We ain't playing. She said, well, now wait, what's the tea? Oh, wait, who? Oh, okay. Oh, there. Listen, I love all y'all chats. I love it. Love it. Look, Aaron said, Jonathan got 2 boos. Regina Monday through Friday, and Tammy gets the weekend until he finds his life boo. Tammy trying to take over some of my weekdays, y'all. Trying to take over. Now, you guys, we're gonna talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville. We're gonna talk about Rupaul's Drag Race. We're gonna talk about Grown and Gospel. Let's have a chit chat. Now, I did not get to see Grown and Gospel. I did see the winner of Rupaul's Drag Race, but y'all, I didn't get to watch the show because it's paid. I have to pay for it over here where I am. So I had to get whatever information I could get from the social medias because I was like, I'm not paying another $7.99. But listen, I got the picture of the winner up here. Hey, Miss Bernice, how you doing, girl? So glad you're here. So glad you're here. And listen, we gonna keep having a chit chat here. But listen, I could not, Jonathan. Now, did you watch RuPaul's Drag Race? Let's start there.
Of course I did. Absolutely. I was definitely there for the finale. And I actually predicted 3 out of the top 4. I knew Sasha Colby was going to be in it. I knew Malaysia, not Malaysia. I knew Mistress Isabel Brooks was going to be in it. And I knew Lux Noir London was going to be in it. I wasn't sure if Anitra or Lucy would be in that 4th spot, but it turned out to be Anitra. I kind of felt bad the way that they did Lucy. They kind of gave her a bad ed because they made her seem like a sore loser. They made her seem really ambitious. And they made it seem like the other girls really didn't like her or respect her drag. At least that's what it seemed like when Lux Noir London said that she should have gone home. I think the week before she actually ended up going home. I was not surprised that Sasha won at all. I wanted Lux to win. Lux was my favorite from the beginning. She was serving looks every single week, back to back. She was serving the best looks, some of the best looks in my opinion. Now, Sasha had some really good looks every week as well. She never faltered. She never failed on that runway. Mistress Isabel Brooks, she is a classic legendary queen. Although she's still in her 20s, she's like an old school type of queen. You know, the way that she would have her banter with the other girls. You know, a lot of people saw it as shade, or even some people saw it as hate. I think after the 1st or 2nd week of the show running, Mistress's Twitter or her Instagram was actually taken down because so many people reported her page because of what her reaction to to Marsha not wearing too much makeup and to the other girls. But again, that's just the way that drag queens kind of interact with each other. It's just fun banter. It's just fun shade. So and now I will have to say, for Lux's solo lip sync, I hated that wig that she had on her head. I did not like it whatsoever. I was not here for it at all. I did enjoy her performance, but I was not surprised that it was Anitra and Sasha in the final. Sasha had 2 reveals in the final lip sync, and I thought that was really good. So congratulations to Sasha for winning. Again, I'm not surprised whatsoever that she won. I think she's one of the first pageant queens to actually win the entire kit and caboodle. So, you know,
let's take a look at this. I'm sorry, Jonathan, go ahead.
But yeah, this is what Sasha wore, I think, as her finale look.
Now,
so yes, it was awesome.
Here we go. So we've got this, and this is from her Instagram. This is from her Instagram, and here and I might have to mute this.
And right
That's
here next
absolutely
time.
beautiful. I mean, the hat, the umbrella, like everything. It's just all together. She is
It gives us
serving.
a southern genteel woman, really.
Genteel,
And right here
yes.
next time.
Genteel woman. All right. Oh, she's so gorgeous. Yeah, Sasha looks so good.
Let me tell y'all, the makeup is so gorgeous.
I mean, when I say she is painted, honey is
Oh,
painted. Okay.
gorgeous.
I mean,
Gorgeous.
beat that face into oblivion, my
Oh,
lord.
and of course, you know, she looks gorgeous in this red, like you say, ensemble. It's just gorgeous. Let me tell you, the reason why I am really into RuPaul, I'm not a fashion person, so I couldn't tell you what they're wearing, what they're not wearing, and all that. But the reason why I got interested in RuPaul's Drag Race is because RuPaul helps bring out people's confidence.
Yes, absolutely.
And I love the sharing of that. And she can critique them in such a way that it doesn't belittle them, but it really
Right.
lets them know, listen, in a loving way, do this to be better, do this to look better, do this to have your confidence and be you. And I love that about RuPaul's. Now, a lot of people, especially in the church world, they'd be like, why do you watch this show? It's not, well, it's no good, whatever. But again, the reason why I watch is because I love how they bring out people's confidence. I
Absolutely.
absolutely love that. And for that, I am here for it. And even when they leave, they're still nice, they're still considerate. You know, I just love it. Light of the Leo, what's your thoughts on it? Have you watched it?
Absolutely not. But I do want to make sure I say the reason why I have watched the seasons that I have watched is because it's such a great opportunity for the people of the drag houses. And I think one of my favorite things about RuPaul continuously doing this, as well as RuPaul's coaching and critiques, I love that RuPaul is okay with individuality.
Yes,
And that is
absolutely.
certainly my thing. I love how we've had so many different kinds of queens win RuPaul's Drag Race. And no matter how they've done it, it's the effort that they've all put into it, no matter how different they may look. As long as the effort and the uniqueness,
Right.
talent and nerve really shows up, you're fine. And I really like that. But yeah, I haven't been watching. I haven't watched too much TV, y'all, but I'm here because I like y'all.
I
Right.
love it. I love
Yeah, like Jennifer said, there are quite a few queens that have won that aren't your traditional pageant, glamorous, glamazon type of queens. Like for instance, the best example would be Evie Oddly. She won in season 11, and all of her looks, although they weren't the most glamorous or they weren't the most classic pageant looking things, but they were out of the box, interesting but yet beautiful outfits that she was wearing. And that's why she won the show, because she was such an individual and she was such her own person, and she stayed in that and she would not stray away from that whatsoever. And so that's another thing that I love about it. Michelle Visage is probably the meanest judge on that panel, to be honest.
it.
She will tell you, she will give it to you straight. But the thing is, behind the scenes, all the queens love Michelle, because Michelle actually tours and travels with the queens outside of the show. So they all have a pretty good relationship.
I
Yes,
do. I love
love
it. And
Michelle.
I want to thank Tammy for sending me this. She says, hey, did you see this? You got to talk about this. And I was like, oh my goodness, I didn't even know that RuPaul was on. But I said, yes, I did watch RuPaul's movies. I have watched her movies. I love it. I love it. And when I tell you the confidence, and I just keep hearing and seeing that word when I think of RuPaul. And I would pray that people would be able to view these shows and see the good in them. And I know there was some negativity, like Jonathan said, there's maybe one of the persons on there had a bad attitude or was very negative. And I'm praying that people will see themselves on the show and say, maybe there's something I need to change within myself, because we're all here to try and do this in a loving and respectable way. but there's always some things that still need to be cleaned up. I mean, there's always going to be dirt on the earth if there's not anything else. But we have to find ways to clean it up. But thank you for that, Jonathan. This was great. And thank you, Tammy, for recommending it.
And I want to say really quickly, the cast for All Stars 8, which starts next month, has been revealed. And I am so excited about that. Monica Beverly Hills from season 5 is back. Jessica Wilde from season 2 is back. There have been 15 seasons, so there are a lot of queens to choose from. So
Jessica Wilde?
Jessica Wilde, okay? Jessica Wilde from season 2, Jennifer. She's in All Stars 8.
Isn't that the one that said,
no, she's the one that said like cockle-doodle-doo, or she's from Puerto Rico.
That was Jessica Fox or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're thinking of Pandora Box. She was actually on All Star 6.
Oh, I know Pandora Box, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, you guys watch and do it in a loving way, respectful way. And if it's not something that you watch, it's okay. We've got some other topics we're going to talk about. But listen, we love on all areas. Over here at the Juice Radio Talk Show, we do. Robin said this. She says, do you know that when you wave, I wave back at the screen? Let's try it. Let's try it.
That's what we want you to do.
I know. I love it. Thank you so much for that. All right, you guys, let's go over to Grown and Gospel, because we don't leave Love and Marriage for the last one. That's going to be our closer, because there's a lot that's going on over there. Let's go over to Grown and Gospel. Now, Grown and Gospel, I have watched a little bit of it. Again, I have not caught up to all of the episodes and so forth. But let me tell you about this Grown and Gospel, what I see in it.
Mm-hmm.
Grown in Gospel is, for most of you who don't know, or if you do watch the show, then you will know, Grown in Gospel talks about the children of gospel artists, or the family members of gospel artists. Now, they're not the traditional. They're not the ones that say, yes, mommy, I'm going to do whatever you say and all that kind of stuff. They have some background that is not traditional of the church pastor's daughter or sons. And they're just letting you know their stories. Why is this interesting to me? Because I feel like it's truth.
Yes.
It is truth. Because there's so much that goes on with family members and children of celebrities and pastors that we don't know. And then when we see it and it's not the norm of what we think it should be, we're thinking, oh, well, what is going on here? Where Grown in Gospel is giving us the background and telling us and showing us that though these children are children of pastors or celebrity or gospel singers, they still have lives that they're still trying to maneuver through in life. And they're just sharing their story. So it may not fit in what you see as a traditional church thing. But the reason why I'm interested in this is because I love to see what they deal with in their daily lives.
Mm-hmm. Before we go any deeper into this, you want to do all the RuPaul's Drag Race comments that they have here?
Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can get down here real quick, because I know there's a lot and we're trying to get through this. Aaron gave this chat too. He says, now I'm always in for a deal. If you're a Walmart, Paramount is included and it's RuPaul's Drag Race on it. Okay, Aaron, I'm going to look that up.
Yes, RuPaul's Drag Race is on Paramount Plus. Now, season 15 isn't on there, but 1 through 14 and all of the All-Star seasons are on there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll do that. Okay, so Tammy she's really a Sasha fan.
Okay.
Bernice, of course, said that Sasha's absolutely gorgeous. I love that. VP's giving hearts. Bernice says she is one of God's creations. I love that too. Absolutely. Aaron says she does watch it and she loves it. Robin says, Regina, FYI, the Writers Guild voted to authorize a strike pending the outcome of contract negotiations. Please, no more bad reality TV shows. I'm hoping there's no more bad reality TV shows either. I hope so. I hope there's not either. Thank you for that. Tammy said it's a great show. She also says, I just don't know the people like, I just don't know how people don't like drag shows. It's my 45th birthday at a drag show. Best birthday. So much fun. Yes. And Tammy and I went to a drag show when we were in Key West. We had a ball.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's down there.
I didn't know that. I did notice while we were in Key West quite a few rainbow flags. So I know that they are very LGBTQ
quite a few.
A few.
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised you didn't go into one of the clubs there. We went into one of the clubs and there were several. When you see the rainbow in the street, you know you're entering like the section of where a lot of the drag shows happen.
Okay.
And so Tammy and I were bored one evening when we were there. We were there for a week with my husband. My husband decided he didn't want to go out. And Tammy and I were like, hey, well, let's do something. And she said, well, let's go to a drag show. And I was like, okay, I had never been. But I was like, oh, let me go ahead and go in here. And let me tell you, we had such a ball. Tammy and I, listen, when I say we had so much fun, and it was a respectable place. Nobody was being like, disrespectful to them. Everybody was loving and kind. And we had a ball.
I was going to ask you, did you tip the girls? But y'all were first timers, so maybe y'all didn't know the protocol.
Excuse me, but we were front row and we had our dollars, okay?
Oh, okay. All right. Yes, you do the assignment, honey.
Did he act like we don't know? Listen, Tammy knew. I didn't know, but Tammy knew. So she said, we gotta get some coins.
Yes. Come on, Tammy. Yes.
Tammy knew. So I was like, oh, okay. So we're like, okay, let's get our coins out. And so we did. And you know what? I really enjoyed giving what I call donations to the ladies, because they work hard, and I don't know how much they actually get paid, but I know that a lot of people who said that they dance and they perform, usually the majority of their money is from tips.
Yeah.
Even waitresses and waiters, the majority of their money is from tips. So with that aspect, I'm like, listen, and I know them wigs got to be expensive, because that's a lot.
If you think about the amount of money they put into their outfits and the amount of time that they put into preparing, some queens take like 5 or 6 hours to do their makeup. Now that could be because, they're kikiing with the girls, in between, eyes or face or lips or whatever, but they put a lot of work into what they do. They are some hard workers.
They do. Let me get through these last ones. We already spent half an hour on RuPaul. Tammy says, when one of the queens asked if they could borrow my shoes, I knew I had a ride, honey.
Yes. All right. I love that.
She says, Aaron says, are y'all clowning me? No, Aaron, we love you. And we respect you. You are, listen, when we say intellectual, we mean that for real, for real.
Yeah, we like the waves.
No. Tammy says, I may have had a little drink. I sang my heart out. Whoa, so much. Listen, Tammy, you want a little drink? Because I had to remind you of where the golf cart was, Tammy.
Uh-oh.
When I tell you we had so much fun. Yes.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little beverage or a little
Ain't nothing wrong
with
a
beverage.
It was way after midnight when we left. Bernice says, my sister and coworkers took me to a place called Lips here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Okay, was it good?
We have a Lips here in Atlanta.
Okay. It's probably a chain. It's probably a chain. Well, listen, we had a ball, and I love that, and congratulations to Sasha, and I pray she will continue to do her thing, and also to help others that are on that same path. All right. So, Grown in Gospel. Let's go over to Grown in Gospel again. I love this show. I love the aspect of it. It's getting a lot of kickback because, as these gospel shows do, people look at it and they feel like it doesn't fit their thought process of what these children should be. However, they still have their lives and they're still trying to deal with a lot of this. And might I say, it's in Detroit.
Right. Okay.
So, Jonathan,
honey,
what's your thoughts on Grown in Gospel?
I really enjoyed this particular series. I didn't expect to enjoy it as much as I did. I feel like Tasha was my favorite person on the show. I just love her energy. I loved her story. I loved how unique she is. And Elijah was a lot. A whole lot. You could tell why he was there. He was there to get his shine. He was there to have his moments. He was there for the cameras. And you know what? Like, as annoying as it was, and we know that you're putting on. We know that this is not you 24/7. We know that you're not on 10 all of the time. But he knew the assignment and he did what he was supposed to do. And so that's why I was able to get through it, because I knew exactly what he was there for. I loved Nikki. I loved the fact that they exposed the fact that her husband was in prison, and Dorinda Clark Cole, of all people, is okay with it. And that shows that Dorinda is not worried about what the world thinks of her. Dorinda knows who she is. She knows what she accepts. And if you got anything to say about it, you can say it to her face, and she will check you.
And let me tell you how beautiful Dorinda is. My goodness, how beautiful she is. I love
Wig
her.
game is always on point, okay? Forever on point, okay? The wig has movement, okay? It's
where.
I loved Jay. What's his name? Jay Boss or Jay
Brooks.
Jay Brooks, yes.
Mhm.
I love him being like the mediator of the group.
Yeah,
He's the one
yeah,
that kind of brings everyone together.
yeah.
He's the one that's kind of the even kill. I have a feeling that he
He's
might be a
booked and
lead.
busy too.
Yeah,
He's
he gives
booked and busy.
he gives me Libra vibes or some type of air sign vibes. So he's really really cool. And I love the fact like when he said that him and Tasha were brother and sister, I thought that he was just kind of I thought they were just
Yeah,
play brother and
I did
sister, but no,
not.
they're actually blood brother and sister. So I love the
Yeah,
fact that he wanted to protect Tasha in the moment when Elijah for whatever reason told Tasha to lower her tone. Now in that moment I understood what Elijah was saying. He didn't say lower your voice because Tasha's voice was not elevated whatsoever, but her tone was a little bit pointed, and so he said lower your tone, and I understand that. But again, Elijah's doing this for the camera, so we
yeah.
understand where it is.
But it's at
So
the expense of others. What's your thoughts, Light of the Leo? Do you watch it? Have you watched it?
I have watched many clips, but I'll tell
Mm-hmm.
you this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, um, it's the people like Elijah that I don't really they trigger me. How about
Yeah.
that?
oh
They trigger me because it's people like that that make others not even want to first of all step into church.
hmm,
And because when you talk about how church people are so judgmental and that's why I don't because he's part of that crowd. And I know that's not everybody that's on that show, but
right
the way that he pushed his not agenda, but the way that he was doing things, it was way too much for me. But even though it was somewhat of like a break from a little bit of monotony, little I can't say comedic relief, but I guess that's might be what it was.
that's what it was for me.
Ah!
Yeah, and that's what I think too. But some of the things that he did outside of the little one-offs was just a little much, like especially with, purchasing the shoes and things of that nature. And
Yeah.
it could have been seen as such a beautiful gift. And, but to say on top of that, you can't be around us unless you wear it, the labels, or let me take these shoes and throw them away.
That was hurtful. And I saw that and I saw how Brienne cried at that. And that was very hurtful. I think
Right,
some people get off on making themselves try to look good while making somebody else look bad. and
right.
and and I don't think that was cool what he did. But get this, you guys, I don't think that he's going to change his character. I think that's
Of
No.
who
course not.
he
No.
is,
Well,
and I don't think he's going to change. But Brienne, she is Fred Hammond's daughter,
Hmm.
and listen, I didn't even know Fred Hammond had a daughter until the show came on. I'm not a fan like that, of him. But then I was really sad to see that she does not have that father-daughter relationship with him that that she really desires, and
Right.
that's really heartbreaking. And I didn't know that Brienne was married until I saw her on Carlos's King. She did an interview on Carlos King channel,
Oh,
and she
Hmm.
mentioned she is married, but her husband chose not to be on the show, which I probably think was a good idea. Because that can really mess up your marriage. These reality shows, they have been known to mess up a few marriages. And
Right.
so that was a lot. But let me tell you, there's a lot that goes on Growing in Gospel. There's a lot that's going on.
I do have a question though. I know you watched it, Jonathan, like
Hmm.
for sure, like whole episodes.
I watched the
Yeah.
entire series. It looks like it's off now
Oh
because
yeah, it's done.
the last episode that I watched, they gave an update on all of the people on the show, telling us what they did. So
Yeah.
the last episode has aired.
Did
Okay.
you get some inkling as to why um Rihanna and her father doesn't have a good relationship? Do you believe that it might have been the mother? Like what happened?
Well, Fred and her mother, they did get divorced. I believe she said sometime in her teenage years, I believe
Mm-hmm.
they got divorced. I don't believe it has anything to do with the mother. It might, but I don't want to believe that it has anything to do with the mother. I would say that it might have to do with maybe some of her choices because that's what she was kind of alluding to.
Okay, that
She
makes sense.
she did admit that she was a stripper in her past.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's something that she said Fred did not know, that he was not aware of.
Yeah,
So,
because he
uh,
wasn't in his life.
right, exactly. So she really didn't divulge any specifics as to why they didn't have the best of relationships. We just knew that they did not have the best of relationships. But she was very genuine in her desire to be in relationship with him.
Yeah.
And you see that so plainly. But I do have a question for both of you as well.
Mhm.
How good do you think the show would have been if Elijah was not a cast member?
Oh, I understand what the part he played.
Okay.
I get it.
Okay.
I get it.
Because I feel like he livened up the show. He kind of gave the show a boost of steroids. Like because really, if Elijah was not on that show, those other 5 people would not have been able to carry it on their own.
Yeah,
Not-
because
at
we
least
didn't see
not in
that
my
much of Jay Brooks anyway, because he was traveling so much, so we didn't see that much.
Listen,
Right.
But-
Exactly.
See, this is why we all got to understand ourselves and our boundaries and things that we can take.
Mhm.
It just wasn't for me.
Yeah, I did see the scene where Jay Brooks came into the performance that I believe Tasha was doing, and he put the shoes down in front, on the stage. And
Elijah did that.
yeah, Elijah. And I think,
Mhm.
he likes to be seen. He likes to be seen. That's his thing. And maybe he needs to have his own show with other friends that are used to that. And because I don't think Brienne was used to that, and I don't think that he should do it. But he is a candidate because he has the mess that
Right.
people are looking for. So he's a good candidate to have his own show, his own spinoff. And
He should
Right.
be around his friends that
His
know him
friends.
well.
Yes.
Now,
that
because
part. Yeah.
that's what really turned me off.
Mhm.
She came in there bright-eyed, bushy tail, and real green, Brianna.
Mhm.
Right.
And he played on that.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what bothered me. Everything else, the little
Hurtful.
shade or whatever, all that other stuff, I was like, okay, cool, but that was just really low, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I will say I got really tired of the whole Bree being broke, busted, and disgusted storyline for the first two.
I was
For
so
the-
upset with that.
Yeah, for the first 2 episodes, but at the moment when she revealed to everyone that she was a stripper in the past, it was that moment when she was kind of integrated into the group officially.
Because she
And
humanized
from
herself by sharing herself.
Exactly. And so from about the 3rd episode on, everything was copacetic with everyone for the most part. Now, when she was getting ready for her showcase, Elijah was doing a lot. It's almost like he saw himself as her musical director in some sort. Like he was
Yes.
trying to run her whole mic check. And it's
Yeah.
like mic check is not where you practice all of the songs that you're going to perform.
It
Mic
should-
check is just to make sure that the mic is working in the proper
Yeah.
way that it's supposed to work during your show.
Right.
And so,
And Jay Brooks had to tell him. Jay Brooks is like, listen, I'm the producer of this,
exactly.
leave it be. And he just, listen, Elijah wants to be seen and heard, and that's just who he is, and he's going to think he's right. And so that's just his character, his personality. And if you don't like it, you can change the channel, but I don't think he's going to change anything on his part. That's just who he is.
And one of the cast members actually said something that I think resonated with me a lot. They said that it seems like the way that Elijah is pushing Brienne's career, he's doing that instead of pushing his own career, because we don't know anything really about his music. We know that he's got singles,
Everything
but he
but
hasn't
that
had
meme.
right. And I don't know a single title of any one of his songs.
Ooh.
But he's supposed to be working on some album. We don't know anything about that. It's like, it seems like you're pushing onto her what you really want to do for yourself.
Well, I think what Elijah's trying to do, he's trying to pick who he think is the weakest link to try to push and make himself look to be bigger than who he is.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows that Brienne has great potential to sing and do, music. And so he's just trying to make himself feel bigger by being there with her. Now, Brienne, right. I'm not sure about the song that you sang midway that the people did not know about. I'm not sure if that was the right place to show your expressions. But girl, I even was stumped. Jay Brooks was looking at her like, what is she singing? Everybody was looking like, what is she singing? What is she singing?
It's like I get your concept, honey. I completely understand your concept, but no. It's a no.
that's a private, that's a, do another show and you say, listen, this is going to be this part of me and this one's going to be this part and so forth, but trying to intertwine the two is kind of like I mean, and she did it on a slide, she just threw it in there.
It's just
Right.
a bit much for people in general because a lot of people, when it comes to you expressing yourself, yes, I do understand that we all have we are all multifaceted. We all have
Right.
things going on in ourselves. We all a lot of things, right? So when you try to push everything at once, and when people are expecting one specific thing, it starts to get a little confusing.
It does.
When
And
it's-
even for a secular crowd, like it's just no.
she
That
should have
song
asked a
was
friend
yeah. She should have let somebody hear it before she put it on stage.
or called us. We would have told her.
I think she purposely did that. She purposely did not want nobody to know what she was about.
But see, that's the thing. When you're doing wrong, you don't want to ask nobody because they know what they're about to tell you.
Right.
No way, don't do that. No way, Jose. Listen, let's get in over here and talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville. Love and Marriage Huntsville. Now, listen, Love and Marriage Huntsville is another show, and I was trying to drop the link so you guys could join, but some reason it's not acting up. Listen, YouTube, Facebook, all these channels have been really acting up this week. So listen, let's go ahead and continue the conversation. You guys continue to go ahead and put your comments in the comment section here.
You want to put the invite in the comments?
Yeah, I was trying to put that in there, but it's not going through. You can check on your side, see if it goes through on your side.
And I just want to preface this discussion by saying, much like Jennifer with RuPaul's Drag Race, I only watched one of the episodes. I watched the most recent episodes, so my knowledge of the show isn't on point, but I'll get there eventually.
Don't worry, I got you. Just like you had me with RuPaul, I got you with this one because I watched all the episodes.
Okay.
Let's talk about this. Love and Marriage Huntsville. Well, Love and Marriage Huntsville, you guys know we're back. We're right now on the 3rd episode. Let's go ahead and chit chat about it. It starts off with Letitia and Kiki speaking. They were at the boxing place or whatever it is. And Letitia, last season, Letitia and her cousin Kiki got into a huge argument where they decided they weren't speaking to each other because Letitia felt like Kiki was trying to be friends with Mel, knowing that Mel and Letitia were not friends. And so Letitia and Kiki are cousins. And so for Mel to do that, I even thought, Mel, you just doing this to try and make, Letitia upset. Well, it starts off, this episode and Letitia and Kiki are speaking at the gym and they're deciding, okay, let's have a conversation. They speak about what happened. They both share their differences and their opinions and stuff. And they decide to hug it out. And they decided, okay, we're going to try and make things right. But it didn't end because going into this episode, my goodness, there was a lot that was going on. And Kiki is, I think, in this episode, I think Kiki was backpedaling a little bit about this whole thing with her and Letitia, because I think she really did come on last season to really just do some mess with Letitia. But anyway, they hug it out and they're happy. Lila, Leo, have you watched this episode?
No, just a lot of clips, of course.
I get it. So Marceau also, okay, Kiki and Marceau are married, right? Now they own the lounge. Now Letitia and Marceau are married. Now Letitia was working in the office space where Marceau is, and she ended up getting her broker's license. But Letitia said that Marceau had the audacity to hire somebody, put them in her office, and put his plaque up on the wall.
Put his diploma.
And
diploma.
He didn't even tell Letitia that he was doing this. What is up with Marceau?
When I see Marceau and what's her name, Letitia?
Yes.
When I see them together, whenever I see couples on TV, whether it's a scripted show or a reality show, I look for the love. I look for a genuine love between the two, because I know exactly what it looks like. I don't see love between these two for some
I've
reason.
never seen love between those two.
I just don't. It seems like it might be a marriage of convenience, because it
Yes.
seems like Marceau doesn't want her to work. However, she's an educated woman. She wants
She
to work in
is.
her field, and it seems like he just. What does he just want to be? Want her to be barefoot and pregnant and just take care of the kids? Like,
Could be.
no. Like, she's a career woman. She wants to do her thing, and for you to want to stop her from doing something that she loves, it seems like you don't care about her well-being. You don't care about her feelings, and I can't get with that.
I totally feel I feel you, and that's what's bothered me about those two for the absolute longest.
Mhm.
Just the simple fact that he doesn't feel or act as if she is worth
Right.
being promoted. She's worth being pushed to do the things that she wants to do. She wants to bring money into the house as well. But I'm trying to figure out, does he not want her to succeed? Like, I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
I think he might be in a space where he feels like she might, at one point or another, if she continues to do what she does, get to a higher point than him, possibly make more than him, maybe have a better job than him. Maybe he doesn't want her to be the breadwinner of the home, even though he makes plenty of money on his own. But
No
I
money.
think he might be intimidated by her work ethic. I think
He
that might
might.
be the issue.
Maybe he's afraid that she'd turn into Melody.
Oh, well, what do you think in the chats? Hey, Aaron, if you're still in the chats here, put the community link in here to see, because we don't seem to be seeing the chats over here. So let's make sure that that's still working. I know I had a problem with mine, but put something in the comments to see if it's going to come up on our side. We've got Robin here today. Hey, Robin, what's your
Hey,
thoughts on
y'all.
all this?
Well, let's start by saying, JoJo, you don't see the love between them. I don't see the like. I don't see the respect.
Oof.
I don't see any of that. Is it a marriage
Aaron, I
of
got it.
convenience? Is it a marriage of convenience?
That's what it seems like.
Well, I don't know that it was necessarily convenient, but I do know it was a shotgun wedding.
Well, then,
Oh,
because you're right, Robin. If you're thinking about a marriage of convenience, who is it conveniencing?
So it was a shotgun wedding. They were together in college, and she became with child, and they married. So that's the first thing. I tend to be dubious, and I really don't believe that bit of the storyline about Tisha getting kicked out of the office space. Let's start with, not at all. I don't believe it, because besides the fact that I think that she said she's 85% owner of the business.
Right.
Thank you, Aaron.
That's the first thing. But day in and day out, they were working together in the business. Now, remember when the show started, though, she was a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
But with the show, she's come out. So it just doesn't seem plausible to me that they would share office space, and then suddenly one day she can't sit in her chair. There's a whole lot missing there. So I find that problematic. I also weirdly don't get the impression, and God forgive me because I am very judgmental, he don't seem like he do a whole lot of work to me.
Well, wait a minute. His dad did come on this episode.
He did.
And his dad was having a conversation with him, and his dad was telling him, I need you to slow down. His dad said this quote. He said,
he's in Detroit. He don't know what he's doing.
Robin cracks me. But Robin, his dad told him this. He said, you're busy making a living. I want you to make a life. He was telling him, Marceau, you're too busy. You're out here and you're doing this, doing that. And Marceau is basically his words, when you put them all together, he was probably saying, I'm too afraid to not work because I don't want to be without funds. I don't want to be without money.
Marceau strikes me as someone who does busy work. Because I think he does busy work. Like he's kind of like on a treadmill. He's moving, but he's not really getting anywhere.
Right.
I mean, seriously. I mean, look at the house that they haven't built yet. Did they even move the rocks yet? Did they flatten the land? Did they break ground?
Well,
okay. Given Chateau Cheray in his 10 years of building, honey. Okay.
You see what We see each other on that one, Joe.
Okay, yes.
For sure.
Well, listen, I know that. Listen, I don't know. Mark, listen, Tisha said that her office was gone. And then she had the conversation with Marceau at the table, and he started telling her about ownership and owner and can you hire, can you fire, and all this malarkey that he was saying. And I'm sitting there trying to follow him, and I'm like, Marceau, you are seriously trying to confuse Letitia. That's what I feel you're trying to do. Did y'all hear that conversation? It was like
I did, and I want to piggyback off of what Robin said.
Did you find that him condescending though?
Yes,
very much so. Very much so. And to piggyback off of what Robin just said a moment ago, Letitia doesn't seem like the type that would allow someone to just move into her office, take all of her stuff, and then just start using her office without her knowledge. She doesn't seem like the type that will allow that to happen. But that conversation between Marceau and Tisha really was my first introduction to their relationship. And so that's why you can see why I did not see the love, or as Robin would say, I did not see the like or the any whatsoever, not even friendship between them. It just seems like they're just cohabitating together for the good of maybe their children or whatever the case might be. But he was like Robin said, he was very condescending to her, talking down to her, trying to make her seem like she's not valuable in the company. Yes, you are the what is she, the owner or the CEO or whatever the case may be.
I don't know what she's the majority owner of that company.
Right. And so he's like, so you're the owner, so you should not be involved in the day-to-day business. Like that sounds a word backwards to me, in my opinion. But you know, I mean, that's just the what their relationship is, and I don't like it.
And see, this is the stuff that makes me feel like she never would have been doing the little bit of work that she's doing now if it wasn't for them being on TV.
100%.
Because of how it looks. It just don't look good.
So do you think the show allowed her to step into her light?
Yeah, because it's not socially acceptable for her to not.
Oh, well now. I would like to know and have conversations with Marceau's mom. I don't know if she's still, you know, around or what, but being that we saw the father, I would like to see, you know, what is her, because Marceau really kind of does seem as though he wants Letitia to be home and just cooking with the kids, because they had the conversation at the dinner table with the kids. And even Marceau's son said, if I had a spouse that talked to me like that, you know, I'd have a problem with that. You know, even his own son, you know, said that to him. So I would love to see how the family dynamic was with the mother. The father also said this to Marceau. He says he does not want him to miss out on life like he did. He wants them to slow down. And the father said, you know, I'm 50 years old and went on my first cruise or something like that, you know, and stuff like that. So I get what the dad is saying. I get both sides. I get what Marceau is saying. And it's a fear thing that I see, that Marceau's like, I don't want to be broke out here. I don't want to be broke. So I'm just going to keep on working. And he also may not like to stay home. He may like to be out there and be busy. Like, you know,
I think he do be running the street. But let me say something about the father. Remember, the father was consider his age. He left them. I think he must have left them in Alabama and migrated himself north. I think he has a whole nother family.
Oh, wow.
And he worked for the auto industry. You know what? That's called paper stacked on paper, stacked on, I will take another shift. I will work overtime. I am going to get paid. So I think that I think, of course, in retrospect, he feels like he knows that there are things he missed out on, but it wasn't with them folks down in Alabama at all, in my opinion. I don't buy it at all.
Well, Miss Gemini is here. Hey, Miss Gemini, how you doing?
Hey, come on.
Gemini, the Black people in the South, by the way, and I think that they maintain some of the old tradition and family. Yeah. And for me, when I heard when that son said what he said to his father, I wouldn't let my spouse talk to me like that. That wasn't something that just came to his heart around that dinner table.
First of all, the headphones on at the dinner table. That's the first
one. That's what I didn't understand.
I was like, why are the headphones on at the dinner table? I don't get that part. I was like,
because they probably they're not used to eating together as a family and having conversation. That was an anomaly.
Those are the kind of lessons and the values that are ingrained in people when they are younger. You don't start saying, you know what, maybe I should enjoy life and try to teach it to your grown son. We already too late.
Right.
Well, Miss Gemini said this. She said Marceau knows Tisha is smarter than he is. And so does she. The way she was looking at him tells it all. I believe Tisha has a plan of her own. Y'all, Tisha might be onto something.
And see,
totally
I'm starting to think, y'all got my wheels turning.
Miss Gemini.
I'm starting to think that's why her and Melody might not be able to come together, because I believe Melody is doing everything she might want to do.
Including divorce?
Including divorce.
So now they stay apart so that she's not inspired or supported or buoyed by Melody, and that's a good reason for them to keep apart. Is that what you're saying?
I don't feel as if they should remain apart. I believe that could be part of the reason that's keeping them apart, because I feel like the bulk of what they're not, the bulk of their dissension, in my opinion, is petty.
Right.
It could all be talked out and understood. We could all talk, but for her to hold on, I do think that some of it could be is like, well, she's, out here doing her own thing, maybe, and like, how the cage bird be singing. I believe that might be the space that she is in. And when you look at other people doing everything that they want to do, and they're still able to sprout their wings, still able to be seen as a smart, money-making woman, entrepreneur, I believe she wants some of that.
But what I want to say is I see Tisha as an extremely strong woman. So what I don't want to do, what I don't want to see is her dimming her light to pull her husband up, because a lot of women do that. And I hate when I see that happening. But Tisha doesn't seem like the type of woman who would do that. She doesn't seem like the type of woman who's kind of clinging on to her husband with all of her might, trying to make him stay. She doesn't seem like that type. So I don't think that we'll see that. But so I think that, if she does get to the point where she sees that this relationship is not good for her, she will leave. But then at the same time, I want to know, why are y'all together to begin with? Like Iyanla would say whenever she has a couple, what is your love story? I don't see a love story.
I don't know. I kind of think that Letitia does love Marceau. I think Marceau loves Letitia. He just doesn't know how to really show it in a sense without making her, degrading her. I think it's just part of what he does.
And that's what I don't want to see.
To him, he thinks it's comical. It's comical, but there's some form of reality that he's there. He would be happy if Letitia wasn't out there on the grind getting the stuff. But Letitia has used this platform of Love and Marriage Huntsville to her full advantage. She said even on the show when she started, hey, let me get my real estate license. Now here we are a few seasons in, and she's gotten her broker's license. And she's still climbing. So Letitia she's using the platform. Her and Mel both are using the show for the good. I mean, they gonna get their business. So Fifi says this. She said Letitia is the brains of this business, in my opinion. I think she knows exactly what she is doing. I think so too.
I think she's doing a lot of on-the-job training, which is to her benefit. I will also say that, God forgive me here, I told y'all I'm judgmental.
It's okay.
I really don't believe her to be so smart. She's a little savvy. She strikes me. Everyone talks about all these degrees she has. I think she's college trained, but not college educated. And I think there is a difference.
And I believe it's certainly not her fault that she isn't, because she was automatically put in a space where she had to be leaving her life on hold, aka taking care of the children because her husband said so.
True, but now the other thing is, remember, they're on a big come up here, because according to what the story that they've told, which is the backstory, they were in financial ruin until they were saved by the Holtz. They were bankrupt, and then the Holtz brought them in, and that's how they formed Scoped.
Okay,
and with the dissolution of the marriage and that separation, that's how they meaning Tisha and Marcel were able to, they bought, Tisha bought Martell out. And so she has taken the reins. And I say she's college trained this time, not in as a pejorative, but because she knows how to get things done. Mm-hmm. And she doesn't have to innovate. So there was already a blueprint, for example, for what she's doing, especially with Scout. And she just is smart enough to be able to follow the steps to maintain and then grow that business. It's not her original idea, but she does well in upholding it. And I still don't see what Marceau does.
I love it. So let's talk about the ladies at the spa. This was the last part, so we close this out. The ladies went to the spa, and let me tell y'all, I am not a Tiffany fan. I am not a Tiffany fan. Tiffany, I think, comes in to try and start mess to keep the spotlight off of her.
Stirring the pot.
She is she bring the pot, put the spoon in the pot, put the stuff
put it
in
on
the
high.
pot, and she stirred the pot and put the lid on the pot. And she came for the mess. When she started out with putting the sock on her hand, using it as a puppet, I was like, here she goes. She's starting the mess. And then she get this little sly look like, did y'all see it? Do y'all know what I'm talking about? Tiffany just came.
Do you get the reference, honey? That's what I want to know.
And then she gets in there and she starts talking with Mel while Stormy is there. And she's trying to talk to Mel, and Mel is seriously trying to really ignore her. And then she goes in the other room after they leave from out of there, and she gets started with Kiki. Tiffany is a whole mess, and I can understand why Carlos probably don't have her on as a regular, and she's a guest now on this season, because Tiffany is a mess. Tiffany Whitlow, my goodness, why do you have to be so messy? What's y'all thoughts on Tiffany and this whole scene that they had? She came for Kiki on it, and Kiki was ready for her.
When Tiffany was talking to Melody and she was bringing up the drama, and Melody was like, I just want to enjoy the peace. I just want to enjoy the serenity. Now, this is my first time watching this show. I haven't watched any other episodes. So when I first saw Melody walk through the door and I saw her in her confessional, I was like, oh, I love Melody. She has a sweet voice. She seems so sweet, so nice. And then I talked to my mother, and Mama
don't like her at all.
Mama told me what the real was with Melody, so I'm gonna have to watch some of the other seasons to see. But
I need to have your mama on the platform when we talking about this show. Tell her that to speak for her over here. She need to be on here because
she give you an earful for real. We
need to have her. We need to have her on here. Go ahead, Jonathan.
But you know, Tiffany really wanted to get the drama going, and I understand that if that's the assignment, she definitely passed A+. Okay, but you know, when that's your MO, then that means you don't care whether people like you or not, because a lot of people are not going to like you if that is what you do. Because if that's all you're good for, then you're just a side. It's almost like you're a side. So you're no good. So I didn't enjoy that. And you know what? Pregnant people like to start the most mess, and they the main ones that like to fight too.
And you don't want to hit a pregnant person. You know you don't want to hit a pregnant. But let me tell y'all, no, Tiffany was messy before she was pregnant. She was messy before she was pregnant, and she is just back on here being messy again. And it's just, child, I don't know. So Stormy even went in there because she heard her name. And
I like
Kiki,
Stormy too.
Let me tell you, Kiki, the conversation that Kiki was having with what's her name? With Kimmy. Kiki was having a conversation with Kimmy. I'm on Kimmy's side. Kimmy was right. Kimmy said, you said these things about Letitia, and it felt as though you were being, you were coming against her, and you're her cousin, and there's certain things you shouldn't say as a family member. And Kiki was trying to twist it and turn it to be something else. And I was like, but Kiki, just own your stuff and say, listen, yeah, I came against my cousin. I shouldn't have done it. I was mad at her at the time, and I shouldn't have done it. But she just kept trying to twist it and stuff. But all Stormy heard on the other side was, I heard my name.
Kiki's a throw the rock and hide your hand type of gal. That's what she do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Kiki is something else here. I don't know.
As adults, we should be able to be like, yeah, okay, it came off like that. Well, you know what? I don't like that it came off like that, but I said what I said. Stuff like that. Just stand in it as an adult.
Right.
Exactly.
Just do that. Well, the show is, it's coming along okay. I'm, it's not too much to chit chat and chatter about it or so forth or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Can I say something about that spa scene?
Yes, please.
Okay, here I go. Because, I definitely am on the fence about reality TV because I call it reality based because I know it's not real.
Yes.
And everything about that spa scene was pretty contrived.
Absolutely.
The Tiffany JoJo that you see is that's not the real Tiffany.
Oh, wow.
And I say that for a couple of reasons. I actually have decided, I finally believed, because I was trying to understand what she and her husband are doing on that show.
Right.
And I think that they might have thought they would have an opportunity to be on a show that was about entrepreneurs and their businesses and the like. I would suggest, if I may, Diva interviewed Tiffany a few months ago.
Yeah, you can always share Diva stuff on this channel. Absolutely.
And I had told Diva, I said, you know what? I'm looking at this woman. I said, this something doesn't sit right with me. I'm telling you, this is not who she is. As it turns out, she's a bright woman. She has a business, and she actually has an app, and the app is called, I don't remember. I'll get to it. But her business is she works to get Black people involved in clinical trials. So medical, so to increase, of course, the diversity, to get better outcomes for pharmaceutical, and not just pharmaceutical, but other products, even stuff like baby powder and lotion. And so that's one of the things that she does, and it's science-based. She partners with, the big companies. And so, I just knew that wasn't who she is. And I think that she's part of production. And I think that she kind of got bamboozled into being on the show, like I got bamboozled into start watching it, because I thought it was about entrepreneurs and how their businesses, and about a group coming to uplift and build the Huntsville community. So I think the right term that the kids use is cap. It was all cap.
Yeah.
Fake phony.
I don't know. I mean, listen, you lost me at the part where she using the Black people for the clinical trials and stuff. I'm not
using, including. She's making sure that there is a difference.
Okay,
We are so
that's
underrepresented.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's going to help to improve products and services for people who look like us.
Okay.
Right.
Then that is
good thing.
Thank you for that. And Aaron is reminding everyone that Light of the Leo comes on tonight at 9 p.m. Y'all make sure we're going to check her out. We're going to get out of here in a minute. She's also giving you Diva's channel up here. Y'all go check out Diva. She interviewed a couple of people on there that y'all would probably love, even from Love and Marriage DC. She did some interviews over there with Winter and with the Tylers. Y'all go check her out. Diva's channel is really good. I'm actually going to be getting off here in a minute because usually she comes on tonight. Is she coming on tonight, Robin?
Yes, at 8:30.
Yeah. Now I'm going to go over there. We're going to get ready for her. So y'all make sure y'all click. Aaron put her channel in here in the comments. Fifi says this. She says, agreed, Robin. I too witnessed the interview. My mind was changed. Okay. Okay. I still don't know why she on the show. I
tell you, in my heart and soul, I believe that because nowadays when people go, and I know we have to go, when they get on these reality shows, it's not about the original premise. Most people want to get out and promote whatever their own personal businesses are. So if they can either promote a business or start a business, then that's what they're using them for now, mostly.
Right.
She hasn't promoted anything except the husband did promote his baseball club thing or sports thing or whatever.
Right. I think they haven't been able to work it in.
I haven't seen anything else. Well, I'm not a Tiffany fan. To me, it's almost like you got to be careful when you're around her. You got to be real careful. That's just my thought. Allegedly, you got to be careful around her. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan. Mel is kind of like on an island by herself right now. Tammy says, yes, Light of the Leo. She's agreeing with you. Mel is kind of like on an island by herself. But then when I look back at it, I was like, okay, Mel was friends with this person, this person, this person, this person. Now she's not friends with this person, this person, this person, this person.
And whose fault is it?
Yeah, and that's what I'm kind of looking at. But you know what? There's like almost 50-50. Some people, agree with Mel, and then other people agree with, the other people. But when you see a pattern, you kind of look and you're like, what's your thoughts on Mel, Robin?
I think that Mel is a survivor and she's a businesswoman. She's about making her moves and taking care of her family and growing her own businesses. I will say again, remember, I'm the contrarian. And so these people aren't friends. Let's be clear. Right. They're not friends. Yeah. And even when Stormy was complaining about, I called you, blah, blah, blah. We know that Mel told us, I think at the reunion last year, that when they finish filming, she shuts down and she doesn't do anything Love and Marriage Huntsville. She lives the rest of her life. She needs to decompress. And people forget that because when Arena was interviewed a couple of weeks ago, she said the exact same thing. This can be very intense. For months at a time, day after day, these folks have cameras in their faces and they're forced into situations and also to be in the company of people that they might not naturally choose to be.
Exactly.
I really think Stormy was really hurt by not having that closeness with Melody. I think she really was hurt because let me tell you, Stormy came in from the time she was brought on to Love and Marriage Huntsville. She went in fighting for Mel. And I think she really was hurt by whatever has transpired.
Well, didn't she say at the end of the reunion? Didn't she say at the reunion last year when she was leaving that she didn't say that she and Mel were friends? She said they were working towards being friends.
Yeah, because I think that's part of the mess that was starting, and the separation was starting before the reunion took place. So she could have said that stuff out of hurt.
Right. I just wish that viewers would understand that these people on these reality shows are co-workers. They are co-workers. Okay. Yeah. The only friendship that I know of on any reality show is Robin and Giselle on Housewives of Potomac. And and ain't no telling how genuine that friendship is anyways. So, again, these are co-workers. So, I understand you expect these people to be friends. You expect them to be friendly amongst each other. But once these cameras go off, if I ain't getting paid to talk to you, why am I talking to you?
Exactly.
I don't know. So, hey, Latoya's in. How you doing? She says, hey, y'all. So listen, Mel says this. Miss Gemini says this. She says, Mel is passive aggressive and doesn't take accountability, in my opinion. And I feel as though she does not take accountability. And I do feel as though she can be shady. They can all throw some shade now. They ain't nobody trying to but they can all throw some shade. But I think everybody has work in themselves that they need to work on. I will say that everybody on here has work. I'm not even sure, I don't know. We'll just see if we even gonna keep this topic on panel because that's the way I'm feeling. I'm not even sure. But Jonathan, did you go to your concert yet?
It's tomorrow. It is tomorrow. I am so excited. I'm getting my hair done at 9:30 in the morning. I will be ready. Okay.
So going to Janet Jackson concert, and I think what we're probably going to do. I don't know if are you going to be sharing that on JoJo Speaks this Thursday?
I'm yes.
Because I would say Monday we and you can just tell us all about it Monday. But y'all go over to JoJo's channel. He's going to be sharing that on his channel Thursday night. He is going to the Janet Jackson concert. He is excited as I am too. I'm excited for him too. He's going to go with his best friend. They're going to have a great time. And listen, I'm excited about that. And remember, tonight, you guys, at 9 p.m., Light of the Leo is going to be on. I'm sorry I forgot to drop her. I was going to pin her link. I got so much going on. But y'all go over to her channel, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. She's going to be on tonight, Light of the Leo, the Light of the Leo. Y'all check her out. Jonathan has his own channel as well, JoJo Speaks. He's on Thursday nights at 9:30 p.m. They both have a channel together, Faithful Warrior Ministries, that comes on Saturday mornings. There's prayer that goes on over there. There's a lot of conversations. Listen, they started out doing like 30 minutes. Now they went to an hour. Then now they're up to an hour and a half. But it flows and it is enjoyable. T.D. McCullum, y'all remember his singles? Y'all download them today, Drunk on Love and Groove With Me. Pastor Lorenzo's channel, we said earlier, Living in Grace Ministries, It Takes a Village podcast. Y'all go and subscribe to his channels also. Make sure that you subscribe, click like, and share the Juice Radio and Talk Show, our YouTube channel, and all our other platforms as well. You can also listen to us on our podcast channel, the Juice Radio and Talk Show podcast. That's produced and directed by houseofnoye.com. Noye Podcast Productions takes care of that for us. Thank you so much for that. Thank you to our sponsors, Custom Apparel Shop. Israel Mason is doing wonderful embroidery, and he'll do the same for you. Contact him directly at 786-657-7501. And our main sponsor, Truth and Triumph Ministries. Thank you, Truth and Triumph Ministries, for all the work that you do, helping to sponsor this platform. Truth and Triumph Ministries, a ministry that cares about telling you the truth so that you can triumph in life. Y'all subscribe, share, and listen. Click like on all those channels, all right? I love it, love it, love it. We're going to go ahead and get this last comment that Latoya is saying. Hey, Latoya, tell Justin I said hello. Tell him I said hello.
Yes.
Latoya says, those who don't like it have to respect for her. Those of us who knows it's hard. Listen.
She had one before that, too.
I'm sorry. Thank you for that, Jennifer. She said Mel is fresh out of a narcissistic relationship with years of narcissistic abuse. Her way of setting boundaries is what works for her to protect her mental peace. And I'm going to say this, Mel, when you watch the first season, let me tell y'all, Mel was the same Mel she is now that she was then. So it's not necessarily because of the divorce. They may have added to it, but go back and watch that first season. Mel was Mel because listen, her and Martell, that stuff that was out there, you know, we are the Holts. We are the Holts. Y'all go back and watch it. But listen, I can understand what you're saying. I can understand. All right. And it's all right. It's all right, Latoya. It's all right. You came in right on time. You came in right on time. All right. Miss Gemini says, really enjoyed your panel. Thanks for having me. I'll look for your podcast and the other channels. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Miss Gemini. Come on, air signs. Yes.
I know. I love it. Right. I love it. And thank you, Robin, for being on panel tonight. Appreciate you so much.
Thank you so much for your input.
Yes, we love you being here. You're welcome anytime, your family. We love having you on here. Aaron says this, Latoya Chambers at 9 p.m. Just head on over to Jennifer's channel. We will see you there. Glad you made it. No matter how late. Not important. Just important you made it. Absolutely. And Miss Gemini says this, I agree. She was the same. She had Martell as her sidekick. See, Miss Gemini know what I'm talking about.
All right now.
She know what I'm talking about. Listen, you guys, that's our reality chat for today. If there's a story or show that comes on that you would like us to review, go ahead and send us a comment, put it in our comments, or go ahead and send us an inbox or send us an email. We would love to see some of this other stuff that's out here. Listen, we want to be reviewing a lot of different shows and getting some feedback on some of this stuff and giving our positive perspective on these shows. Now, I want to remind you, Light of the Leo is coming on tonight. Y'all go over there to her channel, The Light of the Leo. She's coming on at 9. You who want to get started early and see something, Diva, the Chronicles of Gray Hair Diva is going to be on at 8:30. So y'all go on over there to her channel as well. Why am I supporting these other channels? Because that's what we do. We love
each other.
Yes.
I can't finish it.
We love each other. And Diva was so gracious to allow us on her platform. We do the same for her, as well as AT2. Y'all check out AT2. Show him some love. Y'all don't come for AT2 because AT2 will come right back for y'all. I'm going to tell y'all.
Okay.
He will come right back. But listen, we're getting ready to get out of here because Light of the Leo's got some work that she's got to do. I love you all. And listen, y'all have a blessed week. We're going to be back. We got some more things coming up this week. You won't know about them unless you click that subscribe button and the notification bell and check out the programs that we have coming up here on the Juice Radio and Talk Show. But for now, we're getting ready to get out of here. Team, are y'all ready? Are y'all ready?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but Latoya said she was like, because she went to shoe show and lost her mind.
Oh! Your mind at the shoe show, girl. Don't.
It was late. That's all right, sis. We all need a little
watch the replay.
I know. That's right, Robin. Watch the replay and you can still comment as though we're there because listen, I still go over there and like all y'all comments. I still do. I love it. Thank y'all so much for being here this evening. On the count of 3, team, we're going to say goodbye. Y'all ready?
Absolutely.
1, 2, 3.
Bye.
Bye. I never wait for the 1, 2, 3.
Welcome to the Juice Radio Talk Show. 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 Reality TV, church reviews. Let's talk happy love and marriage lifestyle. Come and talk with us. Come and share with us. Come and laugh with us. Come on and pray with us.
Regina and Clovis, special guests. You should be following your lead. Bless, subscribe on YouTube, listen on podcasts. We live on IG and Facebook. This episode is sponsored by Truth and Triumph Ministries.